Here we go. So, ladies, it's good to see you. And I know this is probably not going to be too terribly long. Thank you for joining us, Catherine, from the
Oh,
dentist office.
no problem. I thought it's not me. That's fine.
I
That
know.
sounds terrible, but
That's what I hate the dentist office too yesterday.
I know.
I was actually, there's a couple different things. There's a call I'm going to be on later that, Nicole, did you get that? There was a,
I was going to ask you about that. There's new send out cards, a training call. Do we know what time? Is that the 7 o'clock call?
well, there's one tonight at 7 that's for anybody that was with send out cards before the launch, which would be you.
It'd be, yes.
Be us. So
the new monetary commission.
because there's
So 7 o'clock Eastern. So 7 o'clock.
Right, it's 5
Okay,
o'clock
so
Mountain. So
Okay.
we'll be on that, but so there's like a once a month leadership call as we build this, which obviously somebody knew, or leadership, not a call, a leadership payout. So I don't know how that all works, and we're still all just figuring it out, but there is that tonight, and there is new affiliate training with Callie as I mean, she pretty much does that every week. But I was on the call, the group or the official thing with Cody, and I know there's some things that are in the website that are now available that weren't available before. So there's some things. Go to the Greener Still website. If you're not using that, that's fine. If you're just doing the send out cards, Catherine, then, you know, whatever you're doing. But I guess I would just, I think I've talked to Dawn about a few times about it, and just, you know, and Sherry, I think too, is that, you know, you want to get out there and try to use stuff that as you need it, and then you become a product of the product. Jordan was on his call, and I listened to that this morning, actually, when I was walking my dog, but he was just talking about different ways that you can, I think it was the value of your network, and he even says that, you know, you could have nothing in the bank, but the biggest thing you have of value is your network.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, that is so true. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. But we all say, yeah, it's Jordan Adler. Come on, he knows what he's talking about. But it's so true. And I was thinking about, you know, last year when my father-in-law and my brother-in-law both died, and, you know, our network stepped up, and they, Lisa Bowers kind of took the initiative there. Nicole, you were around then, right? You were part of it. So, yeah, so they you know, they did some really sweet things, and you think about that, you know, it's really what we're doing as part of send out cards or the Greener Still, however you're using it, is that it is a relationship company. So anybody that thinks that they're going to jump into the Greener Still, or they're going to jump in at all and it's going to be instantaneous. We know it takes a while, right? It doesn't happen overnight. So I think that's Jordan's call, I think, was basically about, he had a kind of a panel of people. I think he invites certain people, and then they were just kind of doing a random or spontaneous questions. And somebody said, what if somebody calls you, or not calls you, what if somebody asks you if this is network marketing? And it is. So if somebody says that, it might be the first thing you say to them, well, you know, depending on who the person is, but it's very likely you might want to just say, well, hey, let's spend a few minutes on Zoom, or let's just go over, I can show you. And if somebody is all negative or something because it's network marketing, I don't know, you ladies probably know what I'm talking about.
So we could say, you know, yes, it is network marketing, but how about we Zoom for 10 minutes, and I can also show you how it's a relationship development company.
It is a relationship development. It's so funny, guys, ladies, so funny. Here's my almost 32-year-old son, the other day he texts me and he said, I could tell you what he said, but he said, hey, what did he say? Something about I'll find it, but he sent me, I think he sent it to me, but it was like he came to the realization of what I do. And he said, Mom, you could do this. I don't know if I'm not sure, but he said, you could be like, I don't even, how did he say it? I don't know if he's got it in here, but it was like he realized that you could make money. Really what network marketing is you build a team of people that work together, and then you work, it's what actually network marketing in general is kind of, I don't think he did it on here. Maybe he did. But it was just it was so funny because I thought, how he now is just figuring this out. Like I've done this basically because I was an insurance agent. Network marketing is not so different from insurance. It's, he says, yeah, I found it finally after all that, but, oh, that's a while back. I'm sorry, guys. I think you're underselling your services. Oh yeah, he goes, you should charge for every connection you make with your groups. I think you're underselling your services. I know you get paid, but you brought most of these people together.
You've done so much. Yes.
I said,
yeah.
What made you think of this? He goes, because I know, let me read this, because I know a few people that do really good work in their art or service, but suck at talking to people. That's where I come in and take a medium percentage first, then a small amount after that. And I'm like, you're doing that? He goes, for every service rendered, like 0.5% for return on business. You could do the same thing. And I said, are you doing that now? Because I'm like, wow, that's ingenious. I mean, but it's funny because he goes, I've been talking to people to see if they're interested. They seem interested, but are kind of dragging their feet. If I find the perfect client, I would literally get him new clients all day. Just do the legwork you did. And then he says to me later when we're talking, I said, that is really pretty funny, Adam. I said, do you realize that's what I've been doing for, because I don't know if but it was, you've never met my son, Catherine.
Not yet.
Nicole,
You have to bring him on Zoom sometime when you have a family reunion.
We'll get him on Zoom, but he's funny because he and his wife, I've told them so many times they would be so good at starting a networking group. Because Adam has a massage license. When he was here, he did. And he worked for not Dr. Mitch, but a different office. And he was he was one of her massage people. And he was very good at it. And then Adam and his wife got married out in Arizona, it doesn't matter. But he never wanted to do it when he moved out there. And I said, Adam, you wouldn't even have to do it. You could hire people to do the service, but you're good with people. You can talk people into doing it, or let them take advantage of the service. And he did a good job when he worked here, but he just didn't like the quiet room of massage therapy. He wants to be talking to people. So I have told him, he and his wife actually are affiliates with Sundown Cards, but they still haven't quite figured it. I was like, but if you can kind of put that in your mind that's what you're doing even if you don't want to sell Prompting You, or you don't sell one of the other products, the people that you're bringing in, that's what network marketing is. And if the products align with what you're already doing, which Sundown Cards to me are greener still now, the whole thing for that is, it is relationship marketing. It isn't anything crazy. It's relationship marketing. It's really, and I know you have to leave in a minute, don't you, Nicole? So
actually, I have till 3.
Okay, yeah, you have
3:05. 3:05.
So that was what that's what Jordan's always been talking about, is that you don't have to sell. It's not going to align with everybody, but there are going to be those people that it is going to make sense. And relationship marketing or relationship development, who doesn't want to use that? Catherine, I would never, never want you to steer away from the crazy red-haired lady. But there is no reason why the crazy red-haired lady isn't, exceptional, which she already is, I'm sure, but being exceptional at relationship development, that's what it's all about. So that's, I guess I would just say, probably that was the gist of Jordan's call, and he had different, but there may be people who say network marketing and they say, no, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But then you can proceed. There are some people made to do this, not that I've kind of been the same. I've been kind of like, okay, so they don't get it yet, but if you share, send their cards to them, or, maybe, I don't know, for me, it's the stream marketing, because I've started using some of those, and there's, so we'll see, but I don't know if Catherine, if you have any questions, but that was Jordan's call was probably, and the one thing that he said that maybe we could kind of wrap it up in a bow, and I'll see you both at 4, hopefully, for the other call. But he was saying that one of the questions was, a lady's an insurance agent. It's funny because I was an insurance agent, but she's also a send-out card person. So she said, if I'm an insurance salesperson and I'm talking to a client, should I sell them send-out cards? And the same on the other side, if I'm in a send-out card appointment, should I try to sell them insurance? And it was kind of one of those, it's just kind of one of those things. That's why I had a hard time. But I think the people who answered the question on his call basically said, you have to know if it'll work or not, Catherine, you and CB, or, if you're using the account and you're sending really cool cards, somebody might come back to you and say, hey, how'd you do that?
And actually, that's what happened with you and me, Jennifer, because you sent me. I mean, I can remember we were having iced tea at Panera Bread a year ago, more than a year ago, and you're like, "Oh, well, may I have your address?" And I remember thinking, "Okay, yeah, sure." I'm like, and then you sent me. And then you sent me the cards, with my picture on front, and just such positive words. And I'd never gotten anything like that. And, it's just really sweet. And then
Cool.
it's just the same thing, you just show people appreciation, and then, maybe they might be interested in learning more about it, and they might ask you. And
that's cool. Yeah.
And I'm so thankful. And so Jordan's call is usually Monday nights at 9:30 p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
Well, yeah. So they're
Eastern,
usually available in the group.
Yeah, so they're in the
morning.
group right now. The greener still. I usually by now, I've just been on the Zoom. How we were on the Zoom this morning.
Yeah, I know.
Apologies, Dem. I've been on the Zoom. I've been here like all day. But I'm going to listen to it tonight because I just love that. And then Cody's is on there. He was at 8:00 Eastern last night. So
yeah, well, they're mountain time. They're mountain time. So that's the thing. So we will pick this up next Tuesday or with whomever is there, but I'm gonna turn off the recording. We're glad.
And I want to thank everybody.
Yes.
Thank you, Catherine, for thank you, Jennifer, all you do. And thank you everybody for watching. So
no problem. We will see you all in a little bit, but we'll see the rest of the people next week.
Okay.
All right. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good one. Bye.